And welcome, you join me, ADG, for a little bit of time trialing. So we're back on Gran Turismo Sport once again, and two new time trials have come up. They only come up once a fortnight, these time trials. There's always two of them, but I always quite like attempting them. There's another guy in the MRC as well, who I race against in various leagues, called Pav46, and he always likes trying to beat me in these. So I think at the moment it's 2-1 to Pav over the last three time trial events. So I want to try and beat Pav this time. He well and truly beat me last time. I couldn't get anywhere near his time, so fair play to him for that one. Anyway, I'm going to try and get a reasonable time on Autopolis in the Group 1. So here we go. And I'll quickly look at the leaderboard, see what cars everyone's done it in. So I'm in 459 fired, about 2 laps at this last night. Just got myself around the track to see exactly where just a slow, sensible lap would get me. And it managed to get me in 459, so there's certainly improvement to be made on that. So the Audi R18 2016 version is the fastest car on the leaderboard, so we'll jump in that. It's not a bad car. So it's this one. It's got boosters, this car, and there's one main issue with it that I picked up on straight away last night. I don't drive the Group 1s very often, for a start, so it's always a bit strange and I have to try and get used to it a little bit. But the amount of boost this car has, so if you get on the power too early coming out of a corner, you're just going off. It's just going to literally give you so much understeer, because once the boost kicks in, it just does not turn. So you've got to be really careful with corner exit. So anyway, that being said, let's roll on. That being said, let's jump in and have a go. So there's no options for any of that. There's no tuning on. So it's literally brake balance here. I'll pick number 10th in the world. Load that Ghost up. So I don't expect to be anywhere near this Ghost to start off with, but slowly but surely I hope to get quite close to it. Right, let's jump in for lap number 1. Oh, excuse me. I've already lost a lot of time on the Ghost into T1. I broke too early. Something I'm going to have to get used to is the brakes on this car. Got a lot of downforce, so the trail braking's a completely different thing in this car, because you've still got downforce on when you're actually going quite slow. It's got that much, develops that much downforce. You've still got a trace of it when you're actually going through quite a slow corner. So it makes the trail braking a bit faster than you would be used to. Nice and steady, try and get a reasonable exit. So the Ghost has left me already, it's miles away. Not an easy track on top of this. It's certainly one that takes a bit of skill and a bit of rhythm to it as well, really. Not actually that much of it's flat out, there's a lot of corners, so you quite often half throttle or modulating the throttle through the corners. So I'm not far off my quickest time there with the first lap. Quickest time of yesterday, that is, on 2 laps in a quick little attempt. Could definitely carry more speed through T1. That's what the Ghost is showing me straight away. Bit better than last lap though. Just does not want to turn through there. You get so much understeer. Just got to be careful on the power. I'm picking up a little bit too much power through and sending myself wide and just having to wait for the car to grip again rather than controlling it and having the grip in the first place. So it's a fine margin, this car. It's quite difficult to drive in a way, even though it's got a lot of downforce and a lot of grip. The fine margin is when to plant your foot, because you've got the downforce working in your favour, so you can obviously carry quite a lot of speed through the fast sections and the fast corners, but at the same time, as soon as you plant your foot, it's got that much boost that just sends you going straight, basically. So it's a really fine margin, and this is the difficulty of driving this car, I feel. It's not actually that difficult on the brakes or anything else. It turns in okay. It's just actually getting that throttle application right for the majority of the lap. That's where the time comes in this car, it turns out. It certainly feels like it at the moment. So second lap, what's that? Slight improvement of 1:34.4. Oh, I can definitely brake later into that first corner. Been going way too early. I dare say I can here as well, but you get this wrong and it just messes up this whole section of three corners. So I always prefer to take it a little bit easier into there just to make sure I get those second two right with the line. Really careful to build the revs through the exit there, through the hairpin. Oh, that's possibly where I'm getting a little bit of time lost, not using the car properly with the downforce to maximise that fast left-hander, right-hander should I say. So I've gained time, but I'm still miles off the Ghost, which could be quite a good lap if I can keep it going. I'm certainly having to get used to driving a Group 1 at the same time as trying to do this, because I'm not that familiar with these cars. I've driven them, but I've never done a lot of racing in them really, so I can always get around the track, but actually getting any kind of serious time out of it is a different thing, because I'm just not that familiar with how to really extract the pace out of these kind of cars, other than it's got a lot of downforce and you can fly through the corners pretty quick. So in the end we get a 1:33.750, so that's an improvement on what I managed to do last night in a couple of laps, which is good. So on to lap 4 now. See if we can improve again on that. I'm up slightly through the first corner, that's good. This section here just gets so much understeer, you can definitely gain a bit of time through there. And the braking into there feels so slow. I dare say if we're on the soft tyre or super soft tyre, that corner would be more or less flat, that left-hander. But because we're on that hard tyre, we've got to lift and roll it through and try and prevent any understeer building up. Oh, I just go straight as I plant my foot on the exit there. Hello and welcome, thank you for joining me. Can't promise I'll show you any good driving, but I'll try my best to improve on my times basically. I've managed a 1:33.750 so far, as you might be able to see on the right hand side on lap 3. Alright, what's that going to be? Slight improvement again. So, well, quite a big improvement actually. So 1:33.298 we're down to now. Nearly missed the first corner there because I was looking at the time. Slight improvement on the entry into there, but lost time on the exit. Looking at the delta at the bottom. Oh, no. So you've really got to wait for the exit on that corner in particular, and really try and build the revs up slowly, otherwise you just do exactly what I did there, and the rear end will kick on you. Same with this corner, it's slightly off camber is this corner, and then you go over a little crest, so you're actually heading downhill as you get back on the power, so it's really easy for the rear end to go light over there, so you just got to wait and be patient. I'm not saying this is the fastest way to do it, but this is the way I feel that you have to do those kind of corners. I'm sure there's someone out there that can probably hit them hell for leather and still get away with it, but if you want any kind of chance of surviving lap after lap, then you need to factor these things in. So a terrible lap this one. Nearly a second off our fastest time. Oh no, big kick of oversteer heading onto the straight. I'll actually pause a second, get my phone on and check the messages. I don't, I'll be honest, because I just randomly start these streams and don't actually ever announce it whatsoever. I don't always expect people to actually join me that quickly anyway. So I should get my messages up and everything before I actually start, but like I say, sometimes I'm not really expecting anyone to end up watching, especially midday. Here he is, the main guy, Pav. Oh, what have I just done that for? Just got rid of the messages. Pav, are you sitting? Yeah, I am. I am. So I've already mentioned that right at the beginning, Pav, that me and you keep doing these time trials, and I think it's 2-1 to you, if I remember rightly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think you've won 2 so far, and I've won 1 in the last 3 I think we've done. Well, 3 that have actually known that you're doing them as well and paid attention to what you're doing. So yeah. Anyway, off we go again. I actually pressed continue without having my foot fully down there, so I've lost a bit of time. But yeah, my idea is to set a time that you can't beat Pav, but I just can't see it being possible, to be honest. You're really quite good at these time trials. In fact, since though we're on a bit of a bad lap, just out of interest, let's see where that time's put me so far. So, moment of truth, 188th, that time has put me in. So we're 88 positions off where we want to be in the top 100. Ideally we want to be higher than 88 though. 188 positions higher would be ideal. So I've got a lot of time to make. We're looking at 1:31s for the fastest times on the top 10 leaderboard. So I've got a lot of time to make. I didn't really pay much attention last time. I just looked at what car they were using. So 1:31 and the low 1:31s at that to be right up there. So I'm 2 seconds off. So this is one of those tracks though where you can just unlock time here, there and everywhere, and you don't even quite know how you've done it sometimes. It doesn't feel much different, but you just gain time because of slightly better exit or using the gears slightly better or whatever it might be. Anyway, we'll go for another one. 53rd in the last one. Yeah, I ended up whatever it was. No, I ended up 84th, and you were 30 places ahead of me. So you were, what's that, 54th? Yeah, you were 54th in the end. So good again though from us both. Trickier one that. We didn't get quite as high as the other one, but as the one the week before, the fortnight before. But yeah, tricky to extract that final bit of time. I went back on and improved my time and went back up, but I still couldn't get anywhere near your time, Pav. It was impressive, that. Really impressive. I need to concentrate a little bit more than I am. Can't quite talk and drive this Group 1 very well at the same time. Not quite yet anyway. Yeah, it's been really good to see us both up there in the top 100 at least. The aim now though is, Pav, to get, well, I'm guessing it's going to be you before I ever do it, but get in the top 10. I think we're going to have to, well, I'm going to have to wait till there's just one that suits me a lot better. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near on this one. But yeah, maybe 1 week or fortnight, there'll be a time trial that really suits us both and we can attempt to really get up there. Don't get me wrong, I'm quite happy being in the top 100 in a lot of these attempts that I've done. But at the same time, it'd be even better to get higher up again. Actually caught the ghost a bit with it's got a half a second offset, so if I get close to the ghost I'm basically half a second up on that time. Having to build the power so slowly through short shifted into second and then planted my foot thinking I'd get more traction, but it still kicked on me a little bit. Is this a good line for this corner, getting the exit a bit straighter? Nope. The boost on this car is ridiculous. When it kicks in, it just goes straight. That's all it'll do for you. It will not want to turn at all. Even if you haven't got that much steering lock on, it still don't want to do it. You really, it is just an acceleration practice, is this time trial, really. Obviously, you've got to be able to get around the actual track, but the time is all made up on the accelerator here, and how you apply the power and when, and crucially what gear you're in as well. So that's a shocking time. Or is it? Is it? No, it's not. No, it's not brilliant. Not too bad though. It's exactly what I meant earlier. As soon as you put your foot down, you're firing yourself off basically. So you've really got to be patient in this car. Yeah, it would be. If we could both get in the top 10, then bloody hell, that would be good. I think it would be good if one of us can. Yeah, no worries, mate. Enjoy. Hopefully you have a good day. And see you tonight for a bit of racing. Not that we're in the same league, but you know what I mean. No, I won't try and put out too quickly. No, that's not the idea or anything. Right, so stop talking to Pavel time and we'll get on with actually setting some laps. Wasted this one now, but we can use it as a side to lap for the next one. So is it better if I took a line like that? Actually try for a later apex, run it out wide a bit more. You're trying to get the power down so gently through, you need the best line to be able to get the power down. Yeah, you good luck for you as well tonight. I'm sure it'll go well. Dragon Trail Seaside, what's there to worry about? Again, I'm in third gear there. I barely put my foot down, to be fair. I didn't even plant it, and it still took me off with understeer then. So it really is important to get it pointing in the right direction before you get that boost from putting your foot down. Wind up for a faster lap now, hopefully improve. There's 2 seconds out there, so there's 2 seconds to be gained. I need to keep improving and not just go stale now. Oh, right. Short shifted into third there. I'm not sure that was the wisest thing to do, but just meant I could be a bit more aggressive on the throttle on the exit. No. I need to late apex that corner a little bit more. Could definitely gain more time coming up this hill with a better corner and line going on. Why? I've pretty much got it to the point where the curb's at about that angle, right? I put my foot down on the exit and it just goes like that. And I can't do anything about it at all. You need to bring it round even more before you plant your foot coming out of there. It's really annoying, is that corner. Trying to gain any time through it. I went through it quite nicely the first couple of laps because I was just trying to set a bit of a benchmark time, but trying to actually push and gain time through that corner is really difficult. So yeah, again in the messages I just pointed out there's a touch of grey tarmac for a late apex point round that last corner, or second to last corner, the big sweeping right-hander, so need to be aiming more at that, which I'm apexing way too early and then hesitating on getting the power back down. So if I aim for more of that kind of line, should get a better exit and be able to power through a bit more smoothly. Definitely brake later into there, but I don't like doing it. These hard tyres are such a bloody nightmare. We should give us some decent tyres to do these things on. Everyone's in the same boat, so it won't really matter. It would just be more fun because you'd actually have a bit of grip. Not a brilliant lap so far, I'll be honest. I'm struggling to think where I'm going to gain major time. I know I could just gain time by doing slightly neater, better laps, but to gain any kind of major time I'm looking for, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to have to do. I'll have to think about that. I think some of these time trials as well are actually playing slightly, this sounds like an excuse and I suppose it kind of is, but play slightly in the favour of people who left foot brake, and I know that's a lot of people out there, but I don't. I've done the same thing again, I've hit the apex too early. I don't left foot brake, so I think balancing these kind of cars, it's probably definitely beneficial if you're left foot braking. Let's give it a go for a lap. I can do it, I do it on rally games, so I can actually use my left foot. I just feel like I'm not as sensitive and can't predict it quite as much. So I'm capable of doing it, and did it then through the first corner, so let's do a full lap left foot braking, see if it does help me out. Just being able to control the rear end a little bit more with power rather than being afraid of the throttle, if you know what I mean. It's slightly different technique you can employ when you've actually got a chance to touch the throttle a little bit at the same time as the brake. Whereas the way I've been doing it, right foot braking, I'm literally on the brake obviously, or the accelerator. I can't do both at the same time. Problem for me is I don't left foot brake very often, so I'm not very consistent at it. Oh, that's wide. Straighten it up. Right, let's get this late apex round here this time. Bit too wide, but certainly got the idea of what path means. Oh god, I'm going to struggle. Stay with another left foot braking lap. See if I can improve. It's those kind of moments then I lifted off the brake and had to go back on it because I didn't quite get it right. Anyway, right, I'm going to have a little look at the other one just to give myself a bit of a break. And then come back to that. I find that it helps me sometimes doing that as well. You might think I ain't actually been on it for very long. I ain't given myself a very good chance of getting a great time. But I like to do it like that. I like to jump on, have a quick go, try and improve, actually genuinely try for a fair few laps, and then come back to it later on. Because I always feel that it just feels a bit easier the second attempt when you come back. It always just feels that bit more controllable. You've already got the basics basically, and you're just trying to build on it by that point. Whereas the first time you go on it, you're trying to literally take too much information in, if that makes sense. Whereas now I've learned quite a lot from those 12 laps or whatever I've just done. And then the second time I go back on, I don't have to think about half of that stuff that I had to think about in the first time. So I guess that's kind of some explanation of why it seems a little bit easier second time round, and you feel like you can get a little bit faster. You're not thinking about half of the same stuff that you had the first attempt. So we'll jump out of this anyway and go into the other one. The other one's a bit of a different kettle of fish altogether. It's in the Porsche RS, which is a road car, so it won't have that much grip, but it'll certainly be quite quick. But there's tuning on it, so it kind of annoys me this, because it is just a tuning time trial basically. That's what it becomes. It's not if everyone's in the same car and everyone's got the same settings, it's literally a time trial who can go fastest in that car. But when there's setup involved, it's just who can actually do the best setup in a way, and obviously drive it well enough. But the setup part of it is probably 50%, and then the driving's 50%. You could give the fastest guy in the world this car with a bad setup and it'd be absolutely nowhere near. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Loving the music. So I know that not everyone's cup of tea watching these time trials, so thank you very much for joining me if you are watching me and you've stuck with me. I appreciate it. Right. Oh, surprise, surprise, everyone's in the same car. So yeah, there's not a lot to do really. Have a quick look at the setup. Oh, we can we boost it all the way? Let's see how far we can go before I spend a fortune on something I'm not even meant to be doing. That buys you a lot more, that one extra level there. Buys you one click. And that doesn't even buy you out. This will be really difficult to drive. Guaranteed, this Porsche. Because it'll be difficult to drive anyway, because it's a road car. And compared to all these race cars we drive in these games, they're really quite a different thing altogether. And then the fact that you're capable of tuning it up like I'm right now, how far can you go? Can you put it all the way? Surely not. We're up to N500 now and it's not gone red or anything. Yeah, you can do it all the way. So I've got 541 horsepower and it only just weighs over 1.1 tonne. Well, just 1.1 tonne or thereabouts. Right, let's get the TC off. And let's have a go at this. Do it every single car I drive. Always put that anti-rear bar at 1. I don't know why, but I just do. Always seems really low at 4. So, let's go for a lap. I'm not going to mess about with the setup yet. We'll see what the car handles like with this kind of power setting. So this is going to be interesting. Really quite quick. Compared to the standard car. Where's the corner, bloody hell? Where's the grip? Jesus Christ. Okay. I saw that apex, but I couldn't get anywhere near it, even though it was rolling round the corner at about 2 miles an hour it felt. Right, I'm going to have to brake somewhere around here probably for this corner. The brakes are going to be shocking, I know they are, so I'm going to go really early. Oh my god. Still going really early. Oh my god, really? Really? Right. Okay, I need a ghost on to be fair, and that would help. Give me some idea of where to brake. Definitely help in this one. Sorry about the messing about, but it's definitely going to be an advantage having a ghost on this one. No idea where to brake into that first corner. I thought I broke really early there. I thought I'd give myself about double the braking distance I'd normally brake in like a GT3 car. And it was still nowhere near, so this is going to be really, really tricky. And there's not a lot you can really, in the car setup, there's not a lot you can do with the brakes really, other than put it to the front or the rear, so it's It's not like you can change the brake pressure or anything like that, like you can in other games, and have it slightly different the way that the brake's applied. Right. I joked about braking halfway down the straight, and I think it might actually be somewhere near right. It's probably going to be after this barrier, after this tunnel, like, and whatever it's called, bridge, that bridge that was there. It's not long after that, really. Bringing it down into second gear, rolling it in with the hard tyre again. Just has no grip whatsoever, it feels like, front or rear. Automatically actually excites me a little bit. It's going to be hard to get a lap out of it, but it's good fun to drive cars like this. Oh god, you really have no grip. Can't see the ice, but it feels like you're driving on it. Why would anyone buy a car like this? If it ever drove like this, it's absolutely shocking. Oh my god. Okay. Right, brake around here. It's so slow, but so fast when you actually put your foot down or get a chance to at all. Picks up really quite quickly if you look at the speedo in a straight line, but god, anything else going sideways is not friendly. I've got some kind of feel for the car after one lap, but see if we can improve now. Gone a little bit later than him on the brakes and I panicked for a second there, but can actually get it stopped still. Take a bad line like, but God on the marbles a bit, which doesn't help, but just cannot get turned in through that. Catch the rear end. Oh, double shifted in me panic on the wheel. Oh, trying to trail brake it right to the apex, but it still went wide. This is tricky. This is definitely a setup one. There's no chance of getting a time out of this standard setup. The rear end is just so loose. Okay. It might not make it for the best viewing because it's certainly not fast laps, but I really enjoy this kind of thing. It's good fun. Really feel like you've achieved something when you get a fast lap in as well. It's not easy. Come on, still get it broke, yes. I think I'm coming out of there in the wrong gear, coming out in second, and I want to avoid that gear change, I think, and just keep the traction like he did. This corner, my god, does not want to go around it. And then when it does, it's backwards. So not backwards, but the rear end wants to go rather than the front. Slowly build the revs so we're in something like a straight line. No! Right, I need to stop Ken blocking it through that corner. It's not helping my time. So loose. I'd say it'd be a good drift car, but it ain't a good drift car either because it's got no front end grip. And it's so unpredictable as well. It's more likely to go around in circles and get it round in a nice drift. Right, let's try to come out of this first corner in third gear this time. I've improved again though, so it's good to see. At least I'm going round with a bit of progression. Oh, I've done it again. I did come out in second. Oops. You just need to get in second to use the engine braking, so that's what I keep doing. I should have changed back into third for the exit. Oh dear, that's bad. Keep it going. Nice drift. Keep it in the drift. Might as well. Now, oh, what a drift. Drifting king coming through. I said you might not be able to sustain a drift in this car that easily, but I've just done it, so it's not too bad for the actual drifting. But obviously it's not fast for when you're trying to do a time trial time, so although that was good fun, it's ruined my lap. I need to be a bit more careful on the accelerator, I think, in this car. Third gear is not bad for coming out of the slower corners with, actually, so just experimenting a bit through there. So going alright so far, apart from the difficulty of the car. Still braking and back off. Trailing it in as far as I possibly can into the corner. Just to be able to brake that a little bit later than the Ghost, really. Just to try and keep up. No drifting this time, keep it straight, keep it going. Need to get a good exit out of here, it's really tricky again, the rear just kicks on you. Oh, bad news, fans of daytime streaming. I've got myself a job, so as of Tuesday I'll be back in full-time work and not be streaming during the day anymore. Bit of a shame, I've enjoyed doing it when I've had a chance. But yeah, unfortunately, got to pay some bills, and there's only one way to do that, and it's not sit here making videos all day, unless I had about 1 million subscribers, and then I could maybe get away with it. But yeah, so I'm not going to be around during the day to do any practice or anything like that, which I sometimes do with some of the guys. Come on, that's an improvement at least. Another improvement, quite a big one as well, towards half a second. 4/10. I'm still progressing, it's good. getting more and more of a feel for this car and the way that you have to brake and treat the weight transfer. That is too late. You're not getting away with that one. Straight line exit though, come on. It'd be good if you made time from a mistake like that. But that's how the top guys do it. They actually don't stay on the track. And straighten up every exit as much as possible. Lost the lap already, so try and drift it around, but I've gone wide. No harm in having a bit of fun. That's the idea of playing these games at the end of the day. I've messed up my lap, so why not have a bit of a drift? There's no tyre wear on to worry about. Do need to hone this corner in, so I need to take this corner properly though. He opens up that corner a lot more than I just did and carries a lot more speed through it. Surprise, surprise. It's all about carrying the momentum in a car like this and trying to keep the steering input to a minimum. Because as soon as you start messing about too much with steering, that's when you're going sideways. Got a decent last corner there, so I'm making time on my fastest time, but I'm only going to benefit from it on this lap if I can get into T1 okay. I'm roughly looking for that orange marker on the left hand side, bit before it to be honest. Gone back into third gear, let's try it this time. Not the best apex I'll be honest, but it is a better exit. Oh, it was a little bit better, yeah. And that was taking the corner pretty badly, so still gained a bit of time by using third gear on the exit there. When do I go into setup and start dealing with this oversteer? It's got to be sometime soon. Oh, that's deep. Lost every bit of time that I might have gained through that lap, through two corners there. Let's head into setup. Right, let's have a look then. I bet you could actually, you could probably get a faster time by taking a bit of power off. As silly as that might sound, but you can do that through the gearing, I guess. Let's give it a bit more of a rake angle. There's no particularly bad curbs that you have to run, so I can lower the front, I dare say. It's really soft at the moment in a way, and the weight transfer is really quite dramatic, so if I make it a bit stiffer in general through the frequency, thinking that might help. Now I'm going to put that right up, bring that down a bit. Try and gain some kind of front end grip. half that, see what it does. Let's put a bit of front on and see what it does. Oh, that's a big one I was looking forward to changing, the downforce, and it's one that you can't change. Brilliant. Change this diff altogether. I always like it set as low as possible pretty much in every car that I drive, and then I go from there. If it feels terrible, I'll adjust it. So, oh excuse me, I don't think we need a top speed of 168, so I'm going to bring that. Mind you, could do it the other way really. I'm going to put the top speed up just to slow down the gearing a bit. No, I'll bring it down to 162, and then I'm going to put up the final gear, bring down the final gear to make it a bit more controllable on the gears hopefully. Don't really need to worry about top speed because it's not capable of getting up to it, and even if you do, you have to brake that early that you're nowhere near the top speed of the car really, so we'll try that, and hopefully the gearing being a bit longer on the gears will help me out a little bit on the exits. So we'll try it. I'm not saying that that's a good setup in any way, shape or form, but let's give it a go. I've changed a lot of stuff there, so the car could feel completely different now potentially to what I've just been used to. For a start, it's turning in better. See what the top speed actually is down here, make sure that I don't have to adjust it back. So I might have to adjust it back actually. No, it should be alright actually. Right, that seems okay-ish. It seemed alright. Right, let's mess a bit about with the brakes a little bit as well. I'm going to try them to the front, see if it helps. See what I mean about the gears, not as much drama on the exit there straight away. Right, let's try get a lap in now with this different setup. Oh, that's deep. Can I still get round? Nope. Too much understeer. I'm still having difficulty with the braking points, I'll be honest. Keep going a little bit late because I'm just so used to driving cars with decent brakes. Quite honestly, that's as simple as it is. So used to driving all these Group 4 and Group 3 cars and Group 2s, and they all have really, really good brakes, and you jump in a road car, you forget how bad they are. Even though it's a performance car, it's a Porsche, it's still got no kind of braking compared to a race car. Just not in the same league. The issue with doing the gears is I am actually going quicker into that first corner, so I need to brake even earlier there. That's why I've had issues, I've just noticed. No, I thought I'd just hooked that up nicely, but still too much understeer to deal with. Have I made it better? I'm not sure I have. It turns in better, but I can't get it around the track now. Well, I've done it again, or have I? Still braking, got off the brakes eventually. Not far off the Ghost actually, so that's not too bad. Can't be, if you're close to the Ghost, you can't be doing too bad. That's the top 10 time at the end of the day. Oh, that's bad through there, and I picked up a penalty somehow as well. I'm not sure what from. That's pretty much ruined this lap. I'll actually get round the lap and feel what it's like round the rest of the track, because I haven't even got this far yet. Still wants to kick through there, so I don't know if there's any getting away with that one. Sliding it about quite a bit. I think I might have actually made it a bit too stiff. It don't want to handle the slide brilliantly now. Not that you want to be sliding, but if you do get a slide going, you want to be able to control it. I've made it harder to control. I just need to get better at throttle control, I think. That's where all my problems lie. I'm braking. I'm steering. Come on. Right, I'm going to retry again. Sorry for all the retries. It annoys me, never mind you watching. Bit of wheel spin coming out of there, that's not good. It's a tricky old car to drive, is this? It's got its characteristics to learn. Right, come on. Nice and controlled. Let's actually do a good lap. I've got the braking wrong again. Come on, first gear, help me out. Bouncing off the limiter in first gear all the way down that braking zone. I think I've overdone it with the top speed. I can't get the braking done into the first corner now. It was bad enough before. I certainly can't get it stopped now. I'm going to restart again. Right, I want to get that first corner better. Sorry about this. Hardly entertaining, but there you go. You end up getting to this point. Well done. Let's go for a fast one. Let's actually concentrate. Really actually concentrate and really try for this one. Right, I'm going to go early. So I've gone early enough technically on the brakes. So let's just get it controlled now. Oh god, I've still gone a little bit deep. Not the best line out, I'll be honest. I'm going to short shift this car, see if it actually helps. Something I haven't tried yet. Just don't actually use the high revs unless you can really get away with it and you're going in perfectly straight line. Just help control the whole balance of the car maybe. That's what I'm thinking. So already up into fourth, even though it's not accelerating as fast as it could be. It's a lot more controlled when I do it. For example, that was going back down into the lower gears and Straight away the rear end's going all over the place as I get my foot down. Right, let's see if that's an improvement. It felt like a reasonable lap, that. Nope, don't think it is. Yeah, it is. Slight improvement. So 50.9 now. Oh, I've missed the braking point. Right, in the interest of my own sanity, I'm going to check where I am after that time, because I'll have to put a lot of time into this to get a lot quicker than that. I can certainly take time off that, but 122nd at the moment. Not everyone, these are pretty new, so not everyone's had a go at these yet that would like to do so. The last 2 weeks as well, so you can find yourself in like 100th position now, and then 10 days later you're down in 300th or something, so you can always get back on it and improve. Anyway, right, I can only think that that's possibly helped me to be able to go back and have a little bit more throttle control on the other car and be able to drive this a little bit better now, because that was tricky. Still in 189, so we'll jump into it, have yet another go in this one, and get the Ghost loaded up. No, what about that? Right, completely different car again, but it should be a bit easier for me to jump in this time. Like I said earlier and explained. Hopefully, anyway. Might not be. Oh my god. I've got a splinter or something in my finger. Ow. Can't see anything. Terrible light in here, to be fair, but something there that's hurting. It's just appeared. Anyway, sorry. Bloody hurt that. All of a sudden, going through T1. Back to right foot braking for this one. No, don't do it. Oh, I had to lift a little bit. Oh, I hate that corner. So friggin' annoying. So that's a really slow time to start off with. 3 seconds down on my quickest. Ooh. A bit hairy. Oh, I touched that grass. Oh my god, struggling even more in this car. Right, another restart. Braking too early for that corner. I need to be turning in later than that. Feels like if you brake much later though, you're going to be right on the edge of getting the braking done. No. Oh my god. What is wrong with me now? Can't even get round the lap. What was that? What the hell was that? That was really bad. That is an early turning. Just made that so hard to even get through that corner without any speed, never mind trying to get it a decent time. You can really help yourself by taking the right lines, and I'm just not doing it at the moment. Making it so tricky. Right. Here we go. Let's actually try and get round, if nothing else. 39, we have another 3 seconds added on to the last lap that was already slow. I turned in a little bit too late that time, so they've gone the opposite way. Oh dear. This Group 1's giving me a little bit of grief. My god, what am I doing? Feels like a different car for some reason. I know it's just me driving bad, but there's nothing different about it. Apart from the brake bias I've changed, but not making that much difference. If anything, it's made it feel a bit better. Right, let's turn in at the right point this time. Still a bit early. At least we got through it though. Come on. Want the soft tyres on this car so badly. This section would be so good. It'd be so funny on the softs. You'd be able to really push through here, but no. As always, you hear me complaining from time to time about the hard tyre. And put every one of these bloody daily races and time trials on the hard tyre. Friggin' does my head in. .9 off my fastest lap still, but that was obviously a better lap because I actually got round it. Get this first corner managed. Nope. Still took too much curb and unsettled the car. I just can't quite pick that line through there for some reason at the moment. It's not like I don't know this track. I just didn't brake enough then. I just can't seem to drive this car very well. It's no surprise, I'm not very good at driving many cars. I'm not bad at driving real life cars, I like to think. I'm not looking far enough ahead, I think that's my problem. I'm just looking at the front of the car more or less and been making a bit of a schoolboy error in that regard. Not been looking far enough ahead at the corners and then the apex and then the exit. A car that's quite fast like this, it definitely helps. So overall, not an improvement again. 34, bloody hell. Come on. Decent exit. It felt like it took me forever to get back on the power, so there's definitely more time there, but better than what I've been doing, so I can't complain. That corner, what am I doing through there? Every time I'm having to wait to get back on the power again because I'm just taking it so badly. I'm taking it so wide on the exit that I've got to wait to get some kind of front end grip to then be able to turn back to the other side of the track and then to line up the next corner instead of just keeping to the right hand side a bit more and just making it easier for myself. Keep getting that corner wrong. Still getting through it, but just not with the speed that you should be able to. That's more like it. That's a better lap. Still not faster than my quickest so far, but at least I'm getting somewhere near the region that I was at. I thought it'd be the opposite way around, and I've said that earlier, but I've actually found it the other way around this time. So I found it harder second time round coming back to it than I did first time. But and normally it would be the case that I'd find it easier second time, but no. This time I felt like I've had to push a little bit too much to maybe get the time, but I'm pushing in the wrong places, I feel like. I am, however, starting to understand how to drive this car a little bit more. And it's, as I say, that massive moment of oversteer. But it's starting to make sense to me a little bit more. I was up on that lap at one point. Disappointing. Right. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a retry, have a 3 more laps, and then leave it at that for today. Right, I'm getting frustrated now. I was driving poorly. It was a decent start to that lap as well. So frustrating sometimes. Only down to me though. I need to keep my head, otherwise I'm just going to drive even worse. Bloody hell. Wrong gear. Oops. Right, come on. Can do this. Oh, that's a short shift into third to keep on track. Come on, that's got to be faster. That felt like a good lap. Yes, fucking yes. That's taken quite a while to do, but there we go. That felt like a bloody good lap from the start. The first corner wasn't actually brilliant, but everything else felt quite nice. And especially this section up here. All this seemed to link together really nicely with a bit of rhythm then. So I need to learn how to do that a bit more consistently. Because I definitely gained time through here then, compared to my other laps. Anyway, this one's a goner now, but that was good. I'll go for another fast lap on the next one. The lines I picked through this section as well were a bit better. I still had a bit of an issue where I had to lift out on the exit of this corner, so definitely a bit more time to be gained. There is more time to be gained. The leaders were 2 seconds in front of me, so there's 2 seconds to potentially gain on this track somewhere. But there's only a certain skill level that I've got, and it doesn't include getting anywhere near those 2 second faster times, I don't think. I can get slightly faster every now and again, but whew, it's a big ask. 2 seconds on the track where you feel like you've really pushed around and still struggling to get round. I need to nail this first corner. It's definitely timing first corner. I'm already down quite a lot. Oh, bad line. Hitting that curve at all unsettles the car on the apex. I corrected something that didn't even happen. I was expecting a moment of oversteer, so I went for a correction and it actually caused my own issue there. Kind of chucked myself into a bit of a slide. Oops. Phantom force feedback. Expecting to feel something from the force feedback, so you react to it, and because you're so used to doing it, you react as quickly as possible, but you haven't actually felt what you're expecting and you still react to it. It's basically exactly what I did there. Ah, come on. Right, we're into Restartville again. That first corner, I know there's so much potential there, I just can't get it. It's quite a decent straight after it, that's why I'm bothered about it as well. If it were just tiny straight after it, I wouldn't be chasing the tiny amount of time you can make through it, but because it's quite a decent straight until you get to that next one, it makes a difference. Ah, too late this time. Oh, I give up on the first corner, I really do. If I get through it, I'm mapping out. If I can gain time slowly on it, I'll try to do so, but I'm not going to keep restarting now. It's annoying. Obviously, first corner, you can ruin your lap straight away. I wonder if that improvement that I made has actually got me into the top 100. Certainly going to have jumped me up a few places, but don't know if it'll have gone that far towards top 100 time. What was I on before? I think it was a 1:33.2 something. So I've made, what, 0.2 of an improvement, or a bit over 0.2. So it's not a massive amount, I suppose, really. Still good for time trialling, but and it will have gained the positions, but I doubt that's top 100 time. So we're going to have to carry on. At least for another lap or two until I get really bored. It is almost worth, I keep forgetting about this, it's almost worth retrying because of the boost. I'm just looking at the boost then coming over the line, I've got no boost left. So surely I'm losing time through that lap. Whereas now, when I restart, I've actually got boost going straight away. Look, I've got my bars a lot fuller than it was on the start of that last lap. So one reason why it is almost worth restarting, I guess. Oh, that's better through the first corner. That's what I'm talking about. That was the line. Don't go straight. Oh. Pulled off to the left hand side when I put my foot down in second then. Oh, bad exit. Carry some kind of speed, please. I feel like I want to make this lap a good one because I actually got the first corner right. There's a bit of potential to go faster just because of that. Is that faster? It is. Nice. I'm going to say that felt quite good, but not brilliant. Right, I'm in the zone now, so I've actually started improving. I'm not going to quit now, even though I just said I was going to do a few more laps, but there's no point if I'm actually starting to get to grips with it. I've got a chance to actually keep improving. I might as well stay on and try and improve. Might take me 2 hours to get to this point next time I jump on. Might take me 2 minutes, I don't know, but... Oh, that exit again. That's better through slowing fast out there. Didn't actually give me any time, so it wasn't that great. Felt better though. that's a bad line. That's a good line, though. Oh, what? What the hell happened there? Okay. Right. I'll do one more retry to get the boost back. One more attempt, and then if not, I'm going to call it a day at that. If I don't improve, if I improve, I might go again. If I don't, I won't. Let's say it like that. So here we go again, full boost. I haven't paid attention to that for the first hour pretty much of doing attempts at this. God, I seem to brake at the same point into that first corner, but sometimes it goes right and sometimes it goes wrong. And I just can't figure out what I'm doing differently. Feels the same, I'm braking at the same point where the orange marker is on the left hand side. It's pretty much exactly where I've been braking every single lap, but sometimes it seems just perfect and others just not. It's all about the turning point, I suppose. But yeah, it seems unpredictable. Oh, it's just my bad driving, should I say. That was a decent T1. Better no oversteer on the exit. This is shaping up to be a decent lap actually. Bit slow out of there. Oh, that might be a corner cut. Slow through that second one because of the bad entry. No, too much curb. Well, I think that's me done then. Let's see where I came. I'd have been happy with that 133.0 about 20 minutes ago, but a bit disappointed now. Right, let's see where I came in the end, and I'm pretty much going to leave it there, I think, after that. Yes, so I'm in the top 100th. Yeah, I'm in the top 100 in 90th place at the moment. I bet if I checked in about, well, if I check tomorrow, I bet I'm out of the top 100 again, I could imagine. So yeah, quite a bit of time to make up to get any higher up the board there, and I feel like I've given it a decent effort. It's not like I've just gone round for 3 laps and called it a day. I've been pushing and trying to improve and trying to brake that bit later, trail brake further into the corners and all that kind of stuff to try and gain that bit more time, but that's the best I've done today, so I'm going to have to be happy with that. And yeah, like I say, I tried to get in the top 100 and I have done, so yes, achieved, I'm happy with that. Just would like, I'm always a bit tough on myself, and I always think, well, I'm in 90th, but it could be better. So even though I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, which is getting the top 100. I'm still like, I could have done better. Because I'm only 90th, but I could have been 99th, so that's how I should look at it. Right, anyway, do I have a quick go on this one and try 23 places to try and make up on this? I feel like my setup could have been hindering me after I went into setup and messed about with it. So, what kind of time have I got to look at here? Let's actually have a look. So 150.646, let's write that down. just so I don't have to keep coming out to see what time I've done and where I am. 150.646. Highlight it on the page of about 1,000 numbers so I can actually recognise which number it is. Circled. Yeah, I am. I'm going to stay on for a little bit more. And I'm going to have another go at this one. See if I can top 100 both of them. That would be good. That'd be quite a decent afternoon, I'd consider. Racing wise, obviously. If I'd have had a chance to earn 500 quid this afternoon, I think that would have been a better opportunity, but never mind. It never arose, so. Right. Let's have a look at the setup again then. So it was a bit too. What did I struggle with that second after the setup? It was probably a little bit too. I said at one point it was probably a little bit too. Could probably go a little bit lower at the front. Yeah, so keep that rear rake angle. It was probably a little bit too stiff, so I probably went and overdid it a little bit with that. So we'll go bang in the middle, and 2.2. See, well, no, let's do the opposite actually. Let's go. I think in fact it was quite low to start with, so that's higher than it was as a default. So the front end felt better, which is good. So let's give it another click to the front. Did it though? It did in turning, but then it was a little bit more unpredictable, to be fair. Let's go a bit softer in general. Set that down to 7 as well. I think we could go the other way with this and try that at the rear, just to try and settle the rear down with a bit of slower, or is that faster, slower, I think, reacting suspension in both compression and rebound. Again, don't think it really helped when I put on the rear. I suppose it did, in a way. I'll take a little bit off, and I'm going to put a bit more front camber on, because definitely felt like that helped. Take even more of the rear toe angle out. No, keep that where it was. Felt okay at the front, so I don't want to alter the front too much, really. As you can see, I'm changing the rear mainly. That was better. The gearing was okay, but I have to brake considerably earlier because I've got quite a high top speed and it gains quite a high speed as well. So I'll drop the gearing down slightly. So it should be a bit more towards acceleration than I had it before, but still with the benefit of slightly long gears that I can actually get some traction out of, rather than just spinning it up straight away, which is Porsche seems to like doing. Oh my god. It's so bad as this car. It's just, you can't, even though I've driven it, I mean, about half an hour ago or something, I just can't imagine how bad that understeer is. So I've still got it wrong into the last corner, even though I kind of know what to expect. I still got it wrong. Terrible exit, but here we go for a first lap. See if we can get some kind of time out of this now. 23 places to make up, 123rd at the moment. I've done it again, it's too late. Before that orange fin. Yeah, so I have to bear in mind as well that if I do get top 100, so that 90th, like I've already said, I probably won't be in 90th even by the end of the night. So it's top 100 at the time of recording. Oh shit, forgot the braking's really early. I've done it again. Ah, for God's sake. I had a lapse of concentration there where I was just waiting for the braking zone, and when I actually came I missed it. Sorry, another retry. I'm really good at this, honestly. No, to be fair, I never say that I'm good at it because I don't class myself as very good at it. There's a lot of people that are a lot faster than me on this game. I just give it my best shot, and I seem to do alright. But yeah, I never really consider myself to be very good. It's for other people to tell you you're good almost in a way, rather than you thinking it's yourself. Oh my god! I suppose that's the difference in mentality from some people. Other people will just be really big-headed and think they're really fast even though they're not. Oh no, I need that ghost on again. I think that's why I'm struggling so much. It really helps in this one. I don't think it's possible to get those braking zones right without some kind of guide from a ghost. And I'm pretty experienced in this this racing malarkey. I've driven plenty of different cars over the years of doing it on the wheel, so I'm telling you, this is quite difficult. It is just the braking. It's so bloody hard to judge. You think like, well, I'd normally brake there in a Group 3 car, but I can barely see that braking marker, so I better brake around here now, because I can just about, in the very far distance, see my normal braking marker where I brake in any other car. I better start braking. That's basically how I have to treat it. Now, to be fair, this first corner's not quite as bad as the rest, but some of them are really bad. Come on. Let's actually get a lap in. Stop bloody restarting all the time. Oh, I've still gone deep. I thought I'd got the braking done, so I came off the brakes, and turns out when I turned it in, it was still going a little bit too quick to get through the corner and got too much understeer. And I've done it again there. So even with the ghost on, sorry about the retries again, even with the ghost on, it's still tricky to get the braking right. Right, I'm not going to push, I'm just going to actually try and get a lap in here. And I reckon it'll probably work in my benefit. I'll probably actually get a better lap in. Trying to get any kind of time out of this car is difficult, so if you just actually try and get around the track nice and neatly, I'll probably actually improve. Let's concentrate on doing that instead. Not so much late braking or anything like that. Let's just try and get the exits right and go nice and calmly everywhere. Instantly, it's put me up with the ghost, just taking that approach, just by taking it really calmly and really steadily almost into that first corner. But because of that, oh, you actually get to be able to pick some kind of line in a car that doesn't want to really go where you want to point it, or doesn't go where you want to point, where you point it. So it's tricky. Come on, this exit's crucial, and it's don't really want to be coming out in fourth, but I have to short shift then to get some kind of traction. Oh my god, over the curb, where you probably didn't know there even was one. So it started well, this lap. It's gone from bad to worse. See where we end up in the end though. I fear that I'm slower than my fastest lap so far. Come to the wide line. Jesus, you can't get much wider. And I still managed to get a terrible exit by just planting my foot in third. Spinning the wheels, I've got an itchy ankle. I just shifted down by accident with my knee. Oops. Just slowed myself down then. Really got to work on my throttle exits. How's it going, Sleepless? You good? Hope you've had a good day so far. You ready for tonight? Oh no. You racing tonight? Do you racing? Yeah. Do you race in the MRC? Yeah, you do, don't you? Do you? No, I don't think you do actually, do you? Well, this lap's going well. Go for the Scandi flick. And brakes as well. Compulsory spin. One thing this time trial is good for is making you realise how drifty this car is. It's quite a good car for actually messing about in. Come on, come back. Oh, it's not the easiest to catch there, especially when you've got the throttle control of an ape like me. I pulled the handbrake a bit too early. Driving it rally style. Trying to anyway. Bit difficult to do. Right. Got this penalty to get rid of. I might as well. I'm going to do it again. Oh, sorry, I had a bit of fun there for a second. Got a bit carried away. Right. Improvement on the way. Come on. Capable of doing this. I think I've made the setup worse, to be fair. Right. And what I will do is go back to the setup I had last time, because that's how I got that time. So to be fair to myself, I could improve if I did that. That was a bit higher. Let's go even higher. Let's just fucking mess about. See what difference it does make. In fact, let's go even further than that. Go to extremes. See what see what ridiculous rake angle does as well. This might all help, who knows. Did I put that at 4? That was really low. Don't feel like any of that helped really. Was the rear end any better? Not really. Bring all that back to somewhere near where it were at the start. Put that camber up a little bit, see if that helps. Let's put it a bit more extreme actually, see if that helps. Nothing I've done really so far has made any dramatic difference to the rear end, so let's try the opposite approach now. Let's actually go quite big on the changes and see if it makes any dramatic difference. That's felt bad wherever it's been, the towing. It was at 0.6 to start with, so let's go the opposite end. Let's go completely extreme. I've never actually done that, so that'd be quite interesting. Let's go the opposite end with this as well, just to see what it actually does. Probably won't actually notice much difference. I always find that with these setups. Like, can't actually feel any difference. You can occasionally, but sometimes you think, has it made any difference? But then you just look at the lap times and you think, yeah, it's definitely made a difference. One way or the other. It's either really slow or really fast. Oh, sorry, Sleepless. No, I got confused for a second and thought you were in the GTTCC, Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship for MRC, but you're not. You're just a SimFX kind of guy, aren't you, really? Yeah, I am doing good, thank you very much. Got myself a job yesterday as well, so I'm starting on Tuesday, so that's good news for me. I just hope I can do it now. But it's on reasonable money, so I've just got to go in there and blag it if I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll keep it and hopefully get a pay rise in 3 months' time as well. Issue is, I don't want to really tell them, but I'm bringing a van home on Tuesday after my first day. I've got absolutely nowhere to park it. I own 3 cars, but I don't really want to tell them that. Oh yeah, cheers for giving me a van, but I don't really want it because I've got nowhere to park it at home. But so I can't really say that on my first day. But yeah, I'm going to struggle to think about what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to get in touch with a mate who's got a big drive, I think, and that only lives about 4 miles away or something. Maybe contact him, but knowing him, he'll probably want to charge me some kind of monthly fee for leaving my car on his drive. So in that case, I'll just pop it on my mum and dad's drive. But my mum and dad's garage is already filled with one of my cars, my little Mini. So I don't want to take the piss really and put another one on their drive. My girlfriend's mum's got an old car of hers, of my girlfriend's, on it as well. So there's absolutely, the options are running out. We need to start selling a few cars. I'll be honest, we're a bit greedy. What have we got? Once I get this van, that'll be 6 cars between just me and my girlfriend. Which is a bit excessive, you could argue. I can't even afford to run them all anymore. I've got a bit too carried away with buying them that I can't afford to bloody MOT them all and insure them all and everything, so I have to do it when I need them almost. There you go, that's the life of a hoarder. Right, anyway, I've daydreamed and chatted my way around that lap. Let's see what kind of time it is. It doesn't feel like it's too bad. I've really taken it calmly until that last corner, that is, which was shocking. When the revs build up like that, you know your wheel's spinning, but there's not a lot I can do about it by that point. So no, it's nowhere near a good time. I am 5 seconds off my fastest, nearly. Right, concentration time. God, I've made this car worse. Definitely more oversteer it. Trying to get my foot down through that exit then was just almost impossible without getting any kind of oversteer going. Oh, look at this. Straight from the house of Ken Block's how to set up a drift car. I think that's what I've managed to do. I've made it more drifty, which is kind of unbelievable since it was quite drifty as it was. Right, in that case, I know what to approach in the setup now. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. It's been a bit of a worry really, not having a job, because it's always nice to have loads of time off, but obviously the money side of it. So yeah, it's nice to get a job and still be reasonably okay with my money. So I haven't improved, so I'm still in the 123rd, rather depressingly. I want to get in that top 100. Let's take this ridiculous rake angle off. I don't think that worked. It's the highest rake I've ever put on a car. Let's bring this the opposite. Let's actually bring it down slightly. That softens the whole car up, I believe. Can't be arsed reading it. I'm sure it's something like that. Let's go really soft with the anti-rolls. I haven't tried that yet. Not quite that low anyway. But yeah, that rear camber's certainly not worked. And then the rear toes definitely not helped out. So that's probably, I'm going to try the opposite end, about 15. And then bring that back to a reasonable, where I would expect most cars, or GT3 cars should I say, so probably completely wrong by doing that, but I'm going to put the top speed up a bit higher, just to slow the gears down even more. Don't really need the top speed, it's the bloody traction I need. Right, genuine effort coming up here. Don't know if that brake bias has actually really helped me out, but we'll stick where it is just so it's familiar. I've just changed it actually, but you know what I mean, somewhere familiar. Doesn't actually feel too bad for a T1, so that's kind of a positive change straight away. This is a crucial corner. It kind of tells you how your car's set up badly. If you can get it through that corner half decently, it's not set up too badly, because it really understeers through there when it was just a standard setup. And then that corner was almost impossible to keep the rear end in check through, so that felt a little bit better through there. I dare say I've made a stride in the right direction with this setup change now. I dare say still unproven. Let's see what the time says at the end of the day. That certainly wasn't great through there. Oh, I've missed that apex by a mile. Make sure I don't miss this one. Drifting it in almost. God, it's hard to actually point it in a straight line towards something and keep it going that way. Not that you point it in a straight line that often in racing, but you know what I mean, try and turn it in when it wants to kick on you one way or the other. Oh my god, I'm going to say that could have been a decent exit right. I dare say that's no improvement, and I need to stop saying that. I dare say it's annoying. That is me done, I'm afraid. I think I'm going to have to mess about for ages to change the setup and get that better and better. Oh, I tried the 720 there, but the barrier caught me. Can I do it now? And again. Yeah, 720. Let's go for a drifty lap before I do end. Actually try some drifting. Tricky corner, got to go slow into here. Nope, too far, no. No power through it. See how hard it is to keep in check when it's so easy just to kick the rear end out and have a bit of fun with. When you're actually trying to drive it quite sensibly, it's really quite difficult. Because it's just so loose. Let's not do another 360. Right, anyway, on that terrible ending, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching if you have done, and obviously if you haven't done you won't hear that message, so I don't know why I say that, but thank you very much for watching. See you again soon, and yeah, take care. If you've enjoyed this, I'm not sure you will have done, but if you have and you're a bit stupid, or not stupid, sorry, wrong word to use, but a bit different, and you've enjoyed this slightly weird stream that that hardly anyone would like anyway, I can completely understand. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Take care, see you again soon, cheers for watching, and yeah, hit that like button, that's what I was thinking about. Hit that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already, it'd help me out massively. Thank you again, take care, adios. Good luck in your own attempts as well, bloody not easy.